From the knockout that knocked Fabricio Werdum out for good, to his majestic victory against Alexander Gustafsson, here's everything you need to know about how Werdum ended things with the PFL. Here's the sad news. In a world of bone-crunching strikes and heart-pumping fights, Fabricio Werdum has decided to close one chapter of his fighting career. After completing his deal with Professional Fighters League, the former UFC heavyweight champion announced that he is now free. This basically means he's no longer under contract with the organization. Although Werdum only fought once for PFL, his time in the ring was not without controversy. He suffered a TKO defeat to Renan Ferreira that was later overturned to a no contest. That was because Werdum complained of an alleged tap to a choke moments before the finishing sequence. Despite the hiccup, Werdum had nothing but praise for PFL. Werdum called it the best organization he's ever worked with in terms of fighter treatment. As a seasoned fighter with over 2 decades of experience in Pride, Strikeforce, and UFC, Werdum revealed that he needed time off from fighting. Now that his PFL contract has ended, he's open to competing again, but that's only going to happen if it's an offer that he can't shut down. And who knows? Maybe his next opponent will be Francis Ngannou, Junior Dos Santos Cigano, or even Cain Velasquez, with the latter rumored to make a surprise comeback. With nearly 2 decades of experience under his belt, the fighter has fought against some of the best in the business. In his final UFC bout in 2020, he finished Alexander Gustafsson in spectacular fashion. The fight between Werdum and Gustafsson took place on the 25th of July, 2020, at UFC Fight Night in Abu Dhabi. The now free agent Werdum defeated Gustafsson by way of armbar submission in the first round. Gustafsson started the fight strong, landing some solid strikes and showing his excellent footwork. But Werdum quickly took the fight to the ground and was able to get Gustafsson in a vulnerable position where he applied the armbar. This forced Gustafsson to tap out. It was an impressive victory for Werdum. Why is that? Well, the guy was finally able to showcase his grappling skills and earn a much-needed win after a string of losses in the previous fight. And what happened after this momentous victory? Werdum then joined Professional Fighters League. And although he was scheduled to face Brandon Sales in his second bout in June 2021, but the poor guy had to withdraw due to medical issues. Despite this setback, Werdum's fans know that he's always been a fierce competitor in the ring and will continue to leave his mark on the MMA world. After all, this is a fighter who has beaten some of the greatest names in the sport. With his incredible legacy in MMA, Werdum has undoubtedly left a lasting impact on the sport and its fans. But you know, every fighter's career has a blemish of controversy, and there's some for your dear Vi Cavallo too. This MMA legend has been out of the game since his clash with Renan Ferreira at PFL 3 in May 2021, where things got heated. In a shocking turn of events, Ferreira initially scored a first-round knockout over the former champion after a submission attempt. But wait, there's more. Months later, the fight was overturned to a no contest after Ferreira was seen tapping in a triangle attempt from Werdum. Talk about a wild ride. After the fight, Werdum announced that he needed some time off, and he withdrew from his scheduled bout with Brandon Sales at PFL 6 later that year. The Brazilian brawler even considered hanging up his gloves for good, but ultimately decided to keep fighting. The May 2021 no contest with Ferreira will likely go down as his only fight in the promotion, and one that's marred with much drama. The bout with Ferreira at PFL 3 sure was a controversial one for a reason. The New Jersey Athletic Control Board reviewed the fight and overturned the result to a no decision. It left Werdum in limbo as he contemplated his next move. And here's exactly what happened in this bout. The stage was set for a battle of the Fabricios, one a former UFC heavyweight champion, the other a newcomer to the Professional Fighters League. Fans were ready for a showdown that promised to be epic. But little did they know that the fight would end in controversy, with the newcomer emerging victorious after a questionable finish. Renan Ferreira, who had played Werdum in a movie about a Brazilian jiu-jitsu star, stunned the veteran fighter with a first-round knockout. Werdum had started strong, applying 2 tight submission attempts within the opening minutes, but Ferreira managed to escape them both. Then came the controversial finish. Trapped in a triangle choke, Ferreira appeared to tap out Werdum on the shoulder before unleashing a barrage of punches to the side of his head. Referee Keith Peterson, who was positioned on the other side, missed the tap out and allowed the fight to continue, leading to Ferreira's knockout victory. And boy, Werdum was not happy with the outcome, crying foul after the fight. He tapped. He said, "I have to respect my opponent. I have to stop. When he tapped, automatically I stopped the fight." Despite the controversy, Ferreira walked away with 6 points for the first round finish. This put him in second place in the PFL heavyweight standings behind Bruno Capoloza. The fight may have ended in controversy, but it certainly kept fans on the edge of their seats. The controversy did not end there, as the PFL does not utilize instant replay, which is available in New Jersey. Werdum filed an appeal with the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board over the result, and the PFL will send over the footage for review. Ferreira was in a good position in the playoff race, while Werdum was left in a hole with just 1 fight left in the regular season. It was a night of drama and excitement, a battle between 2 legends that will be talked about for years to come. After some time pondering his options, Werdum decided to retire from the PFL. It was a bold move, and now he's got lots of time on his hands as a free agent. This means he's not all that certain about his next move in the world of MMA. Bellator and other promotions may come calling, seeking to add the legendary fighter to their rosters. One thing is for sure, fight fans haven't seen the last of Fabricio Werdum. Whether he continues to compete in the cage or hangs up his gloves for good, his legacy as a true warrior of the sport will live on. Speaking of legacies, I think it's worth talking about this one moment from Werdum's brilliant career. It was a moment frozen in time for MMA fans worldwide, a pivotal point in the history of the sport. The great Fedor Emelianenko, a legendary heavyweight with an almost mythical aura, was facing Fabricio Werdum. Emelianenko, with his impressive record of 33 wins and only 1 controversial loss, was considered by many to be the greatest heavyweight of all time. Werdum, on the other hand, had a respectable record, but was seen as an underdog in this matchup. The bell rang, and the fighters charged at each other like 2 raging bulls. The blows came fast and furious, and amid the fury, Werdum found himself on the ground. Emelianenko, with his fearsome ground and pound, looked poised to finish the fight then and there, but Werdum, with the heart of a lion, refused to go down without a fight. As Emelianenko rained down hammer fist, Werdum seized the opportunity and locked in an armbar. Emelianenko fought his way out of the hold and continued to batter Werdum with punches. But in the chaos of the exchange, Werdum had already set the trap. He quickly transitioned to a triangle choke. Emelianenko tried to escape, but Werdum had him locked in tight. The Russian legend struggled, his face contorting with effort, but Werdum maintained his grip. And then, finally, Emelianenko tapped. That's all on former UFC champ Werdum's uncertain future as a free agent.